I gotta show you the most beautiful part, which is video games. It's also the closest to our heart. This is Forza. This is 007, by the way. The new 007 game, I'm looking forward to playing it. I look a little bit like him. Ladies and gentlemen, NVIDIA's RTX Spark laptops. Now, thank you. I have too many things in my pocket. 太多东西了. Okay, all right. This is the most amazing chip the world has ever built. This is the N1X that we built in partnership with MediaTek. I think I saw Rick earlier. This is N1X. This is a beautiful chip. This is a chip that, frankly, would take 33 years to build. And the reason for that is because 100% of NVIDIA software stack runs here. If you want to run digital biology, no problem. If you want to do seismic processing, no problem. You want astrophysics, no problem. Everything associated with CUDA, all the physics, all the biology, all the genomics, all the AI, no problem. All the computer graphics, no problem. Every single application NVIDIA has ever created, and every single application that Windows has ever run. Microsoft and NVIDIA meticulously optimized everything so that this computer literally runs everything the world has ever created, plus it now runs agents. An incredible computer. I'm so proud of it. Okay, now I want you to keep that in mind in the next video I'm going to show you. Just imagine everything here is going to run on your PC. Now that computer could have a local Nemotron 3 Ultra model or Nemotron 3 Super model, or it could have Claude Code or Codex or some other model in the cloud or something on the network. And it's gonna work and do something amazing. The developers are so excited about it. This is an incredible computer. All of the acceleration, all the software capabilities associated with it, working with every developer to make it incredible for all of you. The next one, Adobe. Incredible tool suite, of course, used by tens of millions of people around the world. They have re-engineered the architecture, the core of Adobe Photoshop and Premiere, and they're gonna release it for RTX Spark. It is twice as fast. It's already fast. Now it's gonna be twice as fast. And it's also designed to be agent-friendly. With its MCP server, it can now interact with agents on your laptop. The number of customers, the number of partners that are so excited to bring RTX Spark to the market is just incredible. You know, this is the first across the lineup of PC reinvention for 40 years. And I'm just so happy that all of you and the ecosystem around the world has joined us. This is basically everybody. Everybody will support RTX Spark and will be building incredibly smart and powerful and beautiful laptops with all of us. Thank you very much. But that's not all. That's not all. RTX Spark is a reinvention of laptop. But in fact, Microsoft and NVIDIA is reinventing all of PC. And today we're announcing a whole new line. 3 revolutionary Windows machines covering desktop, laptop, and workstations. All 100% Windows compatible, 100% CUDA, 100% NVIDIA AI Tensor Core. Everything that you see that runs on NVIDIA in all these different platforms around the world runs here. This is the first completely re-engineered, reinvented line of PCs that has happened in 40 years. Now, what's really amazing is this. So this is the RTX Spark laptop. This is the desktop. So this one's from MSI. Joseph, this one's yours. Okay, look how beautiful it is. This agent could run 24/7, meter free. And you could download your agent You could raise your lobster in here. This is your claw. It's running all the time. No meter anxiety. And it's sitting here connected to your whole house, connected to your laptop, connected to your display, all the cameras, your dryer, your water cooler, your water heater, your everything, whatever you want. Your security system, all connected to this, and this becomes your personal AI, your personal AI agent. And it gets smarter and smarter and smarter over time, because today we have Nemotron 3 Ultra, tomorrow we have Nemotron 4, and then Nemotron 5, Nemotron 6, and we just keep getting it smarter and smarter and smarter. And meanwhile, this is sitting at home helping you do things. If you want to book a travel, no problem. And if you want an incredible system, this is a DGX station for Windows, compatible with Windows, runs everything in Windows, and it has 768 gigabytes of memory. And so you could run a trillion parameter model. This is unbelievable. 20 petaflops, 8 terabytes per second of memory bandwidth, and this sits by your desk. You basically, if you're a developer of large language models, you're a developer of agents, having this sit by your desk gives you all the compute you need, and then when you deploy it, you put it into the cloud. Now, there's something that, if you look at this and think about this, something is happening here. Remember, 15, 20 years ago, we used to have an idea called a phone. Today, we have an idea called a PC. Today, when you think about your phone, the one thing you don't do with it is make phone calls. You do just about everything else. And so that phone means something very different to you than a phone of the past. I am certain what's going to happen here is that the PC 10 years from now and the PC that you think about today, a tool, whether you launch applications, click and type, and this PC is going to be completely different. Here's my theory. I can totally imagine, just as every house today has a home theater, or many houses have home theaters, big TVs, lawnmowers, dishwashers. I could totally imagine that someday there's actually an AI supercomputer in your house. And it's running all of your agents, it's running all of your assistants. And they're doing all kinds of things for you all the time. And you have to have it in your house, just like you have a home theater in your house, you have stereos in your house, you have game consoles in your house. You would have AI agent computers running in your house. And these, in time, becomes a lot more like R2-D2 to you. It becomes more like C3PO to you than it feels like a PC to you. There is no question this reinvention of the computer is as big of a deal as the reinvention of the phone into what we now know as the smartphone. And so this is the beginning of that journey. This is the beginning of a new line. And so we have a roadmap for this. This is a brand new product family for us. Every single generation of architecture, we will have a desktop, a laptop, a workstation, and then a desktop, a laptop, and workstation. And the thing that I'm just incredibly pleased, incredibly honored, is that 100% of the world's PC industry has joined us to reinvent the PC. A new line, a new beginning. Thank you. As you know, agentic AI is just a digital robot. It understands, it reasons, it plans, and it acts and uses tools. Agentic AI is going to run across all of these computers. And you've seen me talk about each and every one of these over time. We're working on humanoid robotics computers. robotics computers of all kinds. We're working on self-driving car computers. We're working on satellites. You have GeForce, which has tensor cores. I just talked about a whole new line of PCs. Agriculture equipment, manufacturing equipment, heavy industry equipment will all be agentic. You'll even have a little agentic helper for yourself. Even your base stations, the radio stations of the future, are going to be agentic. Understanding traffic and thinking about how to coordinate with the other base stations so that you could use as little energy as possible, increase the utilization, the efficiency of the spectral efficiency. And so everything will run agents. Today, NVIDIA is largely in the center, but I am pretty certain that there will be tens of billions, hundreds of billions over time of agentic systems, agentic computers that are going to be running around the world. The biggest problem is data. In the case of language models, all the English and all the language that we have on the internet that we trained on was from the perspective of us. We wrote it and we're reading it. However, in order to create data for AI, robotics, it has to be in the perception, the perspective of the robot. And most of the world's video data is from a third person, not first person. And so agentic systems, robotic systems, physical AI, the data is the hardest problem. You've seen us move up this ladder. We started with teleoperations, which is basically human demonstration. This is no different than the big breakthrough of reinforcement learning, human feedback. Then we use simulation. This is where Omniverse comes in. This is no different than reinforcement learning, verifiable rewards, okay? And so we use these systems to bootstrap the AI model, the physical AI model. Eventually, we're able to learn from third person, reprojecting it into first person, and now, eventually, through bootstrapping, we have a world foundation model that can understand the physical world from any perspective you want. Third person, first person, outside in, inside out, doesn't matter. This is a big breakthrough indeed. And today, we are announcing Cosmos 3. Cosmos 3 is the frontier of physical AI. We are at the frontier with language models. There are so many people working on it. However, in physical AI, we are absolutely the world's best. I am so proud of the team for doing this. This is the foundation model for all of your work. Whenever you want to create a robot, whenever you want to create a factory robot or a robot that works in a factory, any kind of robot that involves physical world, you now have a companion, a Cosmos 3, that can understand and reason. It can generate. It can simulate in the loop. It can even be the policy itself. It is on the top of leaderboards all over the world. I am incredibly proud of Cosmos, and today we're announcing Cosmos 3. Let's take a look.
The real world is infinite and unpredictable. Physical AI needs data, but real-world data is impossible to scale. For physical AI, compute is data. This is Cosmos, an open frontier omni-model for physical AI, built on a new mixture of transformers architecture. Pixels, action, sound, and language flow into the autoregressive transformer, which reasons, plans, and instructs the diffusion transformer, which generates what comes next. Developers post-train Cosmos across embodiments and use cases. As a VLM, Cosmos watches the physical world, understands what's happening, describing scenes, and flagging what matters. As a world model, Cosmos generates physics-accurate synthetic video from an image, text, or video. As a simulator, Cosmos closes the loop for policy training and evaluation. And as the foundation of NVIDIA OmniDreams, an action-conditioned world model, Cosmos predicts the future, frame by frame. Post-train Cosmos, and it becomes a world action model. Perceiving, reasoning, planning, generating actions. For robots of every kind. For everything that moves. A new kind of data, a new kind of teacher generated by compute. Cosmos, the foundation for developers of the age of physical AI.
It takes data plus compute, gives you AI. Now that we have AI, compute is data. And so use Cosmos 3, train a whole bunch of AI models. Cosmos is such an incredible open model system. It's exactly the same as Nemotron. We open the model, we open the data, and we even opened how we trained it so that you could enhance it for yourself and turn Cosmos into your proprietary model. We have such incredible partners working with us in so many different industries. Now, the model itself is the most, of course, the most understandable part of the AI stack, but the AI stack is very complicated. It has generators, the model, simulators, and the runtime. Just as it is for agentic systems, these cars, or essentially a physical AI, agentic robot that is an autonomous vehicle, has also this complicated stack. Today, we're announcing Alpamayo 2, an open model for self-driving cars. We're working with car companies across the world. If you look at these brands that have signed up for the NVIDIA Hyperion, that are building NVIDIA Hyperion cars, this represents about 80% of the world's cars. The manufacturers represent 80% of the world's cars. We are going to have a whole lot of NVIDIA Hyperion systems that are able to run Alpamayo or anybody else's AV stack. We are also connected into mobility services. Approximately 97% of the world's mobility services are connecting with us so that when we deploy Alpamayo on the Hyperion runtime with the Halos operating system, we will be able to connect to all of these services across the world. If you let it talk all the time, it will drive you crazy. But we're very happy that it's talking to itself all the time. That's called thinking. And so Alpamayo is a reasoning car. The technology that we've created also applies to humanoids. Of course, there are many new breakthroughs that has to happen. The NVIDIA Isaac Groot is our humanoid robotic stack. Model, data generation, simulation, the runtime, including the operating system. This represents Groot platform, the Isaac Groot platform. Every one of our systems, as you can see, the exact same pattern, whether it's agentic system for the cloud, agentic system for the PC, a robotic system for a self-driving car, a robotic system for a human or robot, all the same. And of course, in every single case, we build everything completely. We build everything vertically, completely, integrated with co-design, extreme co-design, and then we open it up for everybody to use whichever part you like. And whatever you want to use, we even help you modify. But the one thing that is missing is we need a reference platform for robotic systems. These robotic systems are so complicated, so many motors, so many sensors, so fragile, and yet we need to have a way to deliver these reference platforms just like we do with PCs and DGXs and clouds and self-driving cars. We now are going to do it for robots. Today we're announcing the NVIDIA Isaac Groot, a reference humanoid robot, all fully integrated. 25 degrees of freedom on each hand, made by Sharpa. 31 degrees of freedom on the robot, 6 feet, 150 pounds, just like me. The first number is shorter, the second number is bigger. Otherwise, pretty close. And this platform runs the new Thor and our entire software stack. Data generation stack, data simulation stack, the runtime, all integrated into a robot that is designed for everyone to use. Now, we built this for higher education and university researchers, because for them to build this is insanely hard to do. We're working with just about everybody who's working on robots in the world, or robotic systems in the world. Let me tell you what I told you. The computer industry has been completely changed. In the last 6 months, everything changed. Everything changed because agents were realized, and it converged with the latest frontier models, and it made possible the AI to now do useful work. The computing pattern will repeat over and over and over again. This computing pattern of an agent that's a model, a harness that uses tools with skills and runs in a runtime. That runtime depends on whether it's in the cloud or on-prem, on a PC, or in a robot. But the computing pattern is exactly the same for all of them. You will use different harnesses because of your preference. You'll use different models because of your preference. You will improve them for your proprietary use. You would create super agents that you can rent to other people to help them do their work. This agentic platform, this agentic pattern, NVIDIA has an enterprise AI toolkit. This is a wonderful way for all of you to engage AIs, and for us, it's a wonderful growth opportunity. Vera Rubin is in full production, whereas Grace Blackwell was created to process AI, particularly inference. Vera Rubin was created to run agents. It is in full production. It is much, much more than a GPU. It is an entire disaggregated, distributed agent processing system. NVIDIA has really become an infrastructure company. Not just a GPU company, not just a systems company, but an infrastructure company to help you generate the maximum revenues, the maximum profit, and to get there as soon as possible. The agent world, this new way of doing computing, where you build CPUs now for agents, not for people. CPUs for agents has its own special requirement, and our NVIDIA Vera is revolutionary. I'm so happy about its ramp. The orders already is going to make it the fastest and the most successful product launch in our company's history. NVIDIA and Microsoft has created a whole new line of PCs. This is a new beginning. And of course, that exact same agentic pattern agentic processing pattern, computing pattern that I just described is also going to run on all kinds of devices. I mentioned PCs. But in the future, it'll be robots and satellites and base stations and factories in the cloud, on-prem, at the edge. This pattern, agentic AI system, this agentic computing pattern will be replicated in computers all over. How we think about the personal computer will very likely change. I want to thank all of you for your partnership, your friendship. We couldn't be here without everything that we do together. I am so proud of how you've been so successful this last year. The next year is going to be even more. I have one more thing for you. Let's take a look.
You ready, Taiwan? Let's do this.
The keynote's done at Computex. Jensen showed the world what's next. Useful AI has arrived. Agents working by your side. But in case you missed things we said today, we're gonna break it all down for you, Taipei.
Agents used to be misunderstood. Only movie stars had them in Hollywood. Now we all got teams making dreams come true. Building companies from living rooms. But they need so much compute, we hear ya. That's why we created Vera.
Ruben stole the show, it's true. The cheapest tokens coming through.
10 times faster inference heaven. More special agents than 007.
Bluefield keeps agents' memory true.
Now, let's talk about its CPU.
50% faster, that's outrageous.
Not for Vera.
It's built for agents. NVLink Fusion blends A6 smartly.
Everyone's welcome to the NVLink party.
Well, if you like that introduction,
Vera Rubin's in full production. Nemotron Ultra leads the run. 5x faster work gets done. Nemo Cloud keeps the guardrails right. Open Shell keeps the sandbox tight.
your code migrated and reviewed.
All before
5-layer cake. Revenue, make no mistake.
Global AI clouds build lots of gigawatts. ESX keeps power lean, connecting dots.
Every watt optimized for you.
So you can have your cake.
Can eat it too.
RTX Spark is finally here.
Biggest PC moment in
40 years. Agents powering all workflows. Running anywhere Windows go.
harnesses run on CPU.
Models fly on GPU.
Cosmos builds worlds that robots need.
Turning compute into synthetic feed.
Output my OCs and reasons through.
Understands roads like people do.
Groot is how they learn to move.
Learning skills and finding grooves.
Geometry's powered by Thor.
The future's humanoid. Count on The future's bright. Come see what's next.
Thank you, Taiwan.
Welcome to Computex.
大家谢谢。Have a great Computex. 大家谢谢. Thanks for an amazing year. Thank you for all your friendship and support. Thank you. Take care. Have a great Computex.
想看最完整的新闻内容，记得下载 TVBS 新闻网 APP。